ध्यान से सुनिए, पूरे देश में आज रात 12 बजे से संपूर्ण देश में संपूर्ण लॉकडाउन होने जा रहा है।
The first one is online grocery business. After the announcement of initial 21-day lockdown across the country, the existing players such as Big Basket and Grofers saw 80% surge in the number of orders on its app in the month of March. With supermarkets shut and Kirana stores struggling to deliver, the online grocery segment is set for phenomenal surge. Armed with innovative business models, startups such as Big Basket, ID Fresh Foods, Delicious, and Nandu's Kitchen have seen a sharp spike in their orders, new customer acquisitions, and an increase in average order value as consumers look for safe-to-eat hygienic products. The investment for this business starts from 4 lakhs, depending upon your requirement and functionalities. So, how to start? The first step is identify or decide delivery region. As fresh groceries or vegetables can be delivered to a limited radius of the delivery area, you need to plan accordingly to set up your office, warehouse, or tie up with local grocery shops to fulfill your order smoothly. The second one is register your business. Third one is arrangement of inventory. There are 2 ways to maintain inventory or stock. Either you can keep your stock ready in your warehouse or you can tie up with local grocery stores initially. The fourth one is develop local delivery system. As grocery business relies on the home delivery, sometimes it becomes a matter of concern. Many times same day delivery option may not be possible due to unavailability of vehicles. The next step is development of website or app. This step is a backbone of the complete process of starting your grocery e-commerce store. Invest some time and thought into your goals and expectations for your agency. After the launch of your new site, a good company will maintain a healthy relationship with you. Next step, payment method. As all orders will be delivered to customer doorstep, you can use COD as a primary mode of accepting payments or online payments as secondary option. The last one is marketing or consumer acquisition. You can easily market your online grocery store in a local newspaper, pamphlets, bulk SMS, hoardings, door-to-door visits, society meetings, and local SEO is also preferable. If you want to run a localizer service within the boundaries of your city or state, it would be a really good idea to publish advertisements on local newspapers. The second one is cloud kitchen. Restaurants have been among one of the worst hit business due to COVID-19. However, online food delivery business has risen more than 150% during the past few years. A cloud kitchen or ghost kitchen is one that operates on deliveries alone. For new entrepreneurs, it's an easy way to establish quickly by reaching the end customers directly as a brand through online platforms offering promotions and discounts, assuring good quality and taste. You might have heard about the success story of Fasos, Lunchly, Oven Story, Good Bowl, Barrow's Biryani, the companies which have made it big in India. Average investment needed for a cloud kitchen would be around 5 to 10 lakhs. They are low investment ventures. Again, a substantial amount of money would be needed for the marketing. There are various kinds of business models such as independent, fresh menu, rebel business models depending upon your budget and expectations. The typical kitchen size would be around 1200 to 2000 square feet. So how exactly it works? Orders come from online sources such as your own app, Swiggy, Zomato, Dunzo, etc. There will be a single kitchen with single brand or multiple brands. Each brand specialized in a cuisine such as biryani, bakery, juices, etc. Delivery model can be a mix of aggregated dependency. How to open a cloud kitchen? The first one is location. Location is one of the most critical factors which determine the success or failure of any business. Next one is concept. The average price per customer gives you a fair idea about the average amount of money a customer would spend on your menu. Second one is license and certification. A cloud kitchen primarily requires FSSA license and GST registration. Next one is staff requirement. The secret to success quick service business is often a great team behind the counter and in the kitchen. The chef is probably the most important person on your team, as they not only cook and design the menu, they also lead and guide the rest of the kitchen staff. The consistency of the quality and taste is extremely important in the food business. Next one is a stellar menu. A smartly designed menu can make a significant impact on your restaurant food cost. The menu should comprise of items that can be prepared quickly and use local or readily available ingredients. The last one is marketing and delivery. The cheapest and best method of marketing technique is through pamphlets or flyers. For food deliveries, you need to link up with food aggregators or hire staff for self-reliance. The third one is immunity boosters. In the wake of COVID-19 outbreak, entire mankind across the globe is suffering. Enhancing the body's natural defense system plays an important role in maintaining optimum health. We all know that prevention is better than cure. While there is no medicine for COVID-19, it will be good to take preventive measures which boost our immunity in these times. The given ingredients are proved as immunity boosters by Ayush Ministry. Major brands in India are adding tagline immunity booster to their already existing products. Bottled water brands such as Bisleri, dairy brand Ashirwad Swasti and Hindustan Unilever are highlighting and marketing the immunity boosting qualities of already existing products in the market. Sales of immunity boosting foods have shot up by an estimated 20 to 40%. Online searches for such products have gone up 6 times. A new entrepreneur can look to enter in the following areas: health bars, immunobooster drink mix, candies, vitamin juice drinks, vitamin health herbal tea, etc. But ultimately, marketing is everything. The fourth one is ready-to-eat meals. Ready-to-eat products are convenience food products that require minimal preparation or heat before eating. The Indian ready-to-eat market stood at $261 million in 2017 and is projected to grow at a rate of 16% during 2023. Anticipated growth in the market can be attributed to rising urbanization, changing taste preferences of Indian consumers. Moreover, the growing demand for quick food and presence of freshness and high nutritional value in these foods is further aiding growth for the Indian ready-to-eat food products. The demand for ready-to-eat food products is recording high growth in metros where a lot of working people don't get enough time to cook proper meals. Additionally, long shelf life and easy availability of ready-to-eat food products is further pushing their demand across the country. Some of the major players operating in the Indian ready-to-eat food market are MTR Foods, Gids Foods, Haldiram Snacks, ITC Limited, Bikanerwala Foods, etc. The most ready-to-eat food items include preparations of paneer, chana masala, rajma masala, pav bhaji, etc. An entrepreneur has to fill the gaps in the shown categories. There is a necessity for innovation in product offerings, sustainable packaging, more healthy and local recipes. And also there is a need for aggressive marketing and promotional strategies that would steer growth in the market during the forecast period. The fifth one is biodegradable tableware or food packaging material. Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced on October 2, 2019 that India would phase out the usage of plastics by 2022. The governments of Odisha, Goa and Andhra Pradesh had already announced bans on single-use plastics last year. The environmental damage caused by plastic has led to various organizations to encourage the utilization of paper cups and other eco-friendly products, which has created a positive impact on the global market. Moreover, on the account of increasing awareness about cleanliness, hygiene, consumers consider disposable paper cups to be safer than the reusable cups. Currently, tea and coffee segment represents the largest application segment. Paper cups are widely used to dispense tea and coffee in various cafes and shops as well as in institutions and commercial spaces. For example, to make with a production capacity of 40,000 number of cups per day on double shift basis, it would cost you about 13 lakhs. Another emerging product in the market is sugarcane based tableware. These materials are chemical free, pesticide free, dye free, microwavable and 100% compostable and even liquid resistant. Ecoware and Chuck are the current leading players in the market. They have tied up with IRCTC and corporate food giants such as PVR, Haldirams, Chai Point, Food Panda, Vatika Group, etc. You can be a partner for these companies or even take their distributorship. With this video, we hope we were able to provide you an outline of post-COVID profitable business ideas in India. If you like this content, please like, share, subscribe our channel. For project reports and other technical services, you can contact us at the given mail ID and phone numbers. Thank you for watching.